Hi, I'm Beth.
And I'm Lindsay. Welcome to the American Patchwork and Quilting Sewing Studio.
We're going to take you on a little tour today. We remodeled this space during the pandemic, so we haven't had a great chance to show it off yet. So we wanted to talk about some different areas that we set up in this room to really make it very functional for us. So we have different things that we need to do in this room. We shoot videos, so this is our video backdrop, which you may recognize. And then we also have some different spaces around the room for other things as well. So this is kind of our cute space. So this is kind of propped out. It's not too cluttered. This isn't all of our storage, obviously, but we do have our AccuQuilt machine, and then we do store some dies down in the closed storage. And that's what we really like about these bookcases, is we have some open for display, and then we have some closed storage for some more functional storage there. And then we also have a design wall over here, which is really functional for laying out any of our projects that we're working on.
In the center of the room, we have a cutting table, and we actually custom made this. We bought an adjustable table base and then added a butcher block cut to the right size. And then we love that it's on wheels because we can move it wherever we need to be cutting if we need to be closer to our workstation. And like we said, it's adjustable, so when you pull this out, it actually can go lower and higher, so it works great for all of our staff who are different heights. So once that's at a good height for whoever's cutting, they can just secure it and then start cutting.
We have this really big back wall that we wanted to display quilts on. So we got this amazing track system. It's really flexible because you can put these little accessories in anywhere you would like to along the track, and then they hang down and have different accessories you can put on to hang quilts. You can even hang pictures. So this is really great when we want to display some of our quilts and kind of have this be a rotating gallery wall. And then we also have a couple of quilt ladders in the room as well that we can display quilts there too.
This wall holds most of the items in our sewing studio. So because we had so much to store, we did not want it to look cluttered, so we chose all of the same white bins throughout, so they're not see-through, so it all looks very uniform and neat, but we needed to know what was inside each bin. So we did add labels to each bin so we could easily find what we were looking for. Now we kept the most common tools, like scissors, snips, bobbins, threads, right in our eye line so we can easily see and grab them. And things we use less often we put on the top and bottom because those are harder to reach. So we also have these clear containers, which do hold our sewing machine tools for everything. So it's nice to keep those out because a lot of the specialty feet, extra tools are in here, so we don't have to store them by the sewing machine, but they are handy. Another great way to update cube storage is you can get these dividers. So you can see these have them here, and that just allows us to fit 2 of the smaller bins in one spot.
This is the long arm section of our studio, and I did want to point out how we positioned the frame in the space. So instead of having it be up against a wall, we have it coming out into the room and we're facing the other side of the room. So that way, if there are other people working in here, you don't feel like you are in a corner by yourself. You can still interact with the other people in the space. And we do love having this here so that we can finish more of our quilts.
A pegboard is a great thing to have in your sewing space. So when we set ours up, we made sure that all of our most used supplies were on display here. So anything our staff wanted to just grab and take to their workspace. So we have on pegs, all of rulers, cutting tools. We have some cups up here that hold smaller items like seam rippers and point turners. We have a thread rack to store some common colors of thread. And of course, a cute little sign that welcomes people to our space. And then down here we have some more storage, but on top we wanted it pretty. So there's cute little displays of rulers, thread, pin cushions, markers, things that we could use, but that are cute, And then of course in these down here, we hide the things that aren't as pretty. So we have things like batting down here. It's like an explosion when you open it, but these are things we want to hide away, but we still want to have handy.
Over here on this wall, we have our pressing station. So we've got our ironing board, and then we have this great little cart that we have an iron. We've got some spray starch and some little fusibles. So fusibles are kind of hard to store, but if you can corral them in a little bin, that definitely helps and it looks a lot cuter. And then the nice thing with this cart is we can roll it over to one of the other stations if we want to press over by the machine or in a different spot in the room. And it's kind of the same thing with our cans and our bottles. They're kind of hard to corral, so we have this cute little container, and they just look a lot neater in this rather than just sitting open on the shelf.
So we have a second cutting table in this space too. This one is a little taller and it has built-in storage. Now this cutting table and the sewing table you see behind us were actually custom made for us by our friends at Wood Magazine, which we're very thankful for because it's nice to have something that fits your needs. So this cutting table specifically has a slot in it underneath that stores all of our extra mats. And then it also has storage on both ends with shelving where we can store, you saw the ironing tools on this side, and then we have some more cutting mats and cutting tools on that side. So it's very convenient to have the storage and have it be a functional piece. And of course we love the sewing table behind us has the drop-in sewing machine feature so that we can have a smooth table with the sewing machine at the height of the table, which is really nice. Thanks so much for joining us on this tour of our sewing studio. We hope you liked it and liked seeing the space that we spend time in.
If you'd like to shop our space, we'll put links in the video description on the products that are still available.